When you hear what I've got to say, I'm sure you won't be able to turn your head away.
Alright, we back with another episode of The Concrete. Another special guest here today. This episode 53 of The Concrete. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Keep liking, keep subscribing. Our next special guest is Chester High running back Dayshon Jackson. What's going on, boy?
Not much. Been chilling lately.
How's it going, man?
Going good right now.
Okay. So I always like to, if I didn't introduce you well enough, let the people know who you are.
I'm Dayshon Jackson, senior for Chester High. Just got finished my senior season, had over 1,000 yards, 16 touchdowns on the year, and I got to ask Coach Peach. I don't know if I broke the all-time record, but I got asking that. But that was the last thing I was worried about.
Okay, that's tough. So I always like to start with an icebreaker, like just a little funny icebreaker. So we all like football. What's your favorite football movie and why? Like, it's a lot of them, but what's your favorite?
Probably The Longest Yard.
The Longest Yard. All right. You like the comedy joints. All right.
Yeah.
Why The Longest Yard, though? Even though it had a crazy, plot to it. It was a crazy plot.
Yeah, it was a crazy plot. Adam Sandler, he's funny.
Yeah.
I don't really know why. Like, it's just real funny to me. And then, but at the end, you know how everyone figured out that he purposely threw the whole game.
Right.
And then the outcome of it, he ain't do it again, which was, I don't really know. I don't know how to explain it, but it was just a good movie.
I get what you're saying. So, as far as growing up, where you from?
Chester.
Okay. You grew up in Chester your whole life?
Yeah, I grew up in Chester, but I moved to Upland probably when I was 2014, 15, there, and then moved to Ridley in 2020. I've been living there, but I've been living with my dad to go to school up here.
Okay, that's what's up. So, growing up, how was it growing up? In Chester, or where you was growing up at? How was it?
It was actually good, cause I grew up I used to live in the Gardens, and and I lived around my cousins and stuff like that. So I used to just go. I could walk across the street, walk around the corner, go to their house. It was actually pretty good. I ain't grow up struggling or nothing like that.
Right.
But when I moved up here, it was better too. Then when I moved, it really got better because I can actually
focus.
Yeah, focus and go outside and walk
the streets. Yeah.
Without worrying about nothing.
Right. People don't understand, growing up here, that's so valuable. We see that going other places, and it's just wow, y'all not watching y'all back. Y'all not, people don't understand how important that is until you leave and see other stuff, though. So, as far as, in your household, was it a big household or was it a small household? You got a lot of siblings?
No, actually, I'm the only child.
Only child, man. Okay.
And then I used to live with my mom and dad, but they ended up moving out. So I would translate from my dad's house to my mom's house. But after a while, it alternated. I used to live with my dad a lot, then it turned to my mom.
Okay.
Then I was with my mom a lot, so it really alternates. But
okay.
I go to both houses.
That's cool though, because a lot of people don't have that at least that option. If you got both parents got a house, a lot of kids don't have that option. So what was it like in your family as far as sports? Where did your love for football come from?
My love for football ain't really start how most people start when they're 2-3 years old. I started at 9.
Okay, you started late.
Yeah, so late. And the only reason I started because my mom wanted me to, because I was in the house getting fat. I was getting fat. Like, and then I started playing football for the Cougars.
Mm-hmm.
Played there for 2 years. Went to the Hurricanes. And then I came back to the Cougars in 2020. That's probably actually when I first started liking football.
Okay.
And then I went up Philly for high school. Like, not for high school, like because I had a plan.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ended up, it didn't really work how I wanted it to, but I probably started liking football in like 2021. That's when I actually started loving it.
Yeah, sometimes it is like that for people. Like, I was a late bloomer too. I didn't really start liking football until I got to high school, and I played all my life, but I really didn't like it until high school. So yeah. I definitely feel you on that.
That was my last like choice of sport.
Mm-hmm. And I actually can relate to you too. Like, my mom told me get out the house too. I was getting fat. You gotta go play some sports. So, as far as like your position, like what other position did you always play running back, or what positions did you play?
When I was young, my first 2 years, I always played guard and D tackle. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds crazy. But then my third year, when I went to the Hurricanes, I actually started getting filling that skill positions. Mm-hmm. And I got my first single digit number and stuff like that. But I was a tight end mainly. Mm-hmm. And I didn't start playing running back until like 2020. So this was really like my fourth year playing running back.
Wow. That's crazy. And to like, you accomplished a lot in those 4 years though. Mm-hmm. So like, who inspired you to like? I asked you like, did anybody in your family play? But like, who did you first watch that inspired you to play football? Like, is it a player or somebody on TV or like? Cause it had to be somewhere. Just like I said, it couldn't have just only been your mom to tell you, yo, you too fat, get out the crib, bro.
Nah, actually, I never used to watch football. I really could not watch it.
Wow.
Like NFL, so I couldn't watch it. Mm-hmm. Like, even now, I watch NFL, but I only watch my team specifically. Like, if there's a good game on, I'll watch it, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I probably really started liking sports because my older cousin. Most people probably know him, Eric Wright.
Yeah, that's my cousin too.
For real?
Yeah, what? Yeah.
I knew that. Yeah, Eric Wright, and then he really got me into sports, but it was mainly because of that.
It's crazy. I'm gonna tell you a story about him. A lot of people don't know this, but like, he played basketball because of me, kind of like when we started playing younger, like, he was actually my backup. Like, I was bigger as we was younger, but he was big too. He didn't know anything about basketball. The first team he played on was with me, and he just ever since that, he just took off. So
yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's crazy. So as far as like choosing your high school, like, all right, you said you was at Ridley, you was in Upland, you was in Chester, but like, when it came to high school, like, you went to Ridley first, right? Mm-hmm. And like, what happened there? Like,
just wouldn't put me in the game. Like,
dang, you just wasn't getting no burn, huh?
I was like, if it was winning, yeah, it was like
scrub minutes.
Like, yeah, scrub minutes. So it wasn't. I was really happy about it. Like, I was mainly still playing because I wanted to quit so bad. Mm-hmm. I was mainly playing because of people that was around me.
Okay.
Like people that was around me knew I was a good player. The coaches, like, it was a specific coach that controlled all of that just wouldn't trust me.
It's like that sometimes. Like, it's sad it's like that, but it's definitely like that sometimes. Yeah. But what was the last straw that you was like, I gotta get out of here because it's just like I'm wasting my time? Like, what made you leave?
In my opinion, really was senior led. So the amount of seniors that they were losing.
Okay. It was like you had to wait your time thing. It didn't matter if you was outplaying them or not.
Yeah, and then that year I was there, it was probably 23 seniors alone.
Oh yeah.
And then after all of them left, if all of them left, it would have been crazy. So I was like, I'd rather put my well-being and my future and the coaches I've been with. Yeah, I always knew my whole life.
So that's what made you go to Chester High? Mm-hmm. All right, so, but when you first got to Chester High, it was like something you couldn't, like I was watching y'all games, and when you first got there, you was doing your thing. And then they came to the playoffs, they said you couldn't play. What was the reason you couldn't play in the playoffs?
I don't want to really put no one on spot. I'm not gonna speak too much of it, but I'm gonna just say my old school and a specific coach that I was talking about. I'm not gonna name drop on here.
Mm-hmm.
He went to the PIAA
Mm-hmm.
and reported me, and was just saying all this stuff, and then they ruled me ineligible right then and there.
Yeah, it's like that's the politics, especially in PA, that goes on a lot. And just like you said, you're not throwing him under the bus because everybody know he did it. Like, I don't want you to think that, like, because you're not the first person this happened to. You're not gonna be the last person that happened to. And it's just like, he's salty. You about to go to Chester.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how it is. Like, being from here, they be happy to get somebody that's not from here. But the thing about it, you had me and you wasn't using me to my best.
Yeah, and crazy part, when I was told him my transfer, he didn't care. Because my original plan wasn't Chester. My original plan was Bonner.
Okay.
But I said never mind to them because they wanted me to play defense, and I'm not playing defense like at the next level. Like, that ain't happening. So I came to Chester, and week 1 last year, we all know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And after week 2, when I had that 230-yard game, that's when he hopped right on it.
He said, "Oh,
Because I went to the really game the very next day.
And he ain't like that. He looked too good right there.
He literally walked up to me and everything. It was crazy. Man.
He's usually like that. Sometimes your biggest haters not gonna never hate in front of your face. You know how that go.
Yeah.
It's never gonna be like that. So once you get to Chester High though, and everything, you basically get what you wanted. You finally get a chance to show your skill set, what you can bring to the table. And like last year, you didn't get to play in the playoffs, right?
No.
Yeah, but y'all end up winning the what? Y'all end up winning the districts, right?
Nah, we fell short.
Okay, who did y'all fall short to last year?
Strathaven.
All right, yeah, Strathaven. So like, do you think like in that time you like in that Strathaven game? It's hard to say what ifs, but how do you think you think you could have affected that game, or you think they just at that time they were the better team maybe, or?
I feel like I could have been a real effect on that game.
Okay.
And then it hurted me. Well, it hurt me just watching and not being able to do anything about it.
Yeah, that hurt, but that make dogs, like, cause I know like this whole season you was thinking about, like, yo, I just was sitting out, like you owe people, right? That's how you felt the whole time, and I feel like you did your thing, like what y'all just did this whole year, like as far as putting Chester High back on the map, you breaking so many records, like y'all changed the whole culture of Chester High football. Like, so I don't want y'all to think that y'all failed, because this is like, yo, Chester High football 6 years ago, it wasn't like this. Like, y'all giving people hope. So I want y'all to always know that. So as far as like this year, just like I said, y'all got back to where y'all was in the playoffs. Y'all fell short again. And y'all just played. So what do you think went into that game? Like, all right, you didn't have the best game, which, like that is football. Like, it happens. But where do you think, like, all right, we went wrong at? Because from what I was watching, like, y'all made a lot, like, self errors and stuff like that. Stuff that happens, though, but for y'all, it just happened at the wrong time.
Lack of focus.
Yeah.
100% lack of focus.
It'd be like that. It was a lot hyper run the game.
Yeah, lack of focus and selfishness. Going into that game, we were short a few players, and I'm not going to speak of that neither. And then just lack of focusness. Like 7 fumbles in one game isn't going to win you a game.
Yeah,
ever.
it's hard.
We didn't even have that many all year long.
But it's crazy in those situations, though. Like, just like we said, like your situation last year, it made you go into this year with something. So next year they're gonna have an even more bigger chip on their shoulder. You might not be there, but the thing about it is, like, you gotta keep going and figuring out what you gonna do with your future. So like, after all this going on, like, as far as school, like, what's next for you?
What's next? I really do plan on going to college. I got an offer from Coppin State like 2-3 days ago, actually. And I had the University of Shippensburg text me and I'm waiting for a text back from them. But as I know right now, Coppin is like my main offer right now.
Okay.
I might go that route.
Okay. And as far as like school and everything, like, do y'all still take SATs and everything? Like, I ain't been in high school in a minute, so I don't know how.
I actually took my SAT like last month.
Okay. All right. How many times did you take it?
Once.
See, that's why I like. All right. What I learned when I was in high school, it's always good to take it at least twice because they take your highest score. They might not tell y'all that, but like they take your highest score. So even if you did terrible in your first one, if you do good on the second one, they're gonna take your highest score. If you do great on the first one and do terrible on the second one, they're gonna take your highest score. But it's always good to at least take it twice, just to weigh your options. It's just a thing, like just something to think about.
Actually, I didn't even look at my scores yet.
That's another thing. You gotta look at your scores too, because but I know how it is though. Like when you take that test, it's a lot of pressure. Like it's more pressure in football, ain't it? Like, yeah. Like it's not like you get in that room with everybody. You taking this test. Everybody think like, all right, it's just a regular test. Nah, it's like some Jeopardy stuff. Like you feel like it's a crowd watching you. You might start sweating. Like it's a lot going on. Like so, I understand, but it's always best to take it multiple times if you can, if you're willing to. So, just like I said, like you have offers and things like that of that nature, but like, what do the schools need to have for you to go there? Like, I know like you don't have it like to where it's like you get to pick and choose how you want to at this moment, but like, what's a no-brainer thing that you think the school should have for you, especially like you got your mom and your dad. I know they not going for certain stuff, so like, what do you look forward to going to college, and it needs to have?
Many people gonna say I'm probably lying, but outside of education, probably just welcome with open arms. You know, I can go somewhere. It can feel just like how I came into Chester. Like I came in with open arms, feel like family.
Right.
And I just want the same feeling going into college.
Just like that family oriented.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel that. But the thing about it is, at the next level, it might feel like it's gonna feel they supposed to. Once you there and you got a scholarship there, you playing. Yeah, they gonna treat you like that. But just always remember, it's a business. You there to play football. For you there to get your education and play football. But always remember, as soon as something go wrong or you don't do the things that you're supposed to do, it could all be snatched away just like that. So just cherish it and always carry yourself with respect. Like, just like I told you when you're here, I never expected you to sound how you sound. Like, you well spoken. You already off to a good start. You feel me? So just keep it up. So as far as school, would you go away far or would you want to be close? Or?
Far, but not like draw far.
What's draw far?
Draw far, like on the other side of the
country. Okay, you can't be away from Mom Dukes that long, huh? That far.
I mean, let's be real. She coming with me.
Oh,
she told me that 100 times already.
Yeah, I feel her though. So, what about you? Said not too far. So like Chicago or something like that. Like you'll go that far. Detroit, you'll go that far.
Yeah, like that far.
But you ain't going like not across like Nevada, Cali. It's over for all that.
Yeah, but let me get off from them.
Yeah, I feel you. So, we always like to talk about like all the positive and all the good stuff, but like you had a lot of ups and downs. And one thing I can notice about you, you're not a person like I never seen you. How can I put it? Like I never seen you like down. Like I watch people play football. You know how when you see some people play football, you can see their mood and how they walk, how they. I never can really get it from you for some reason. Like where does that come from? Like
I'm not when I'm on the field, I be chilling. Like I don't look to argue. I don't look for that. I just be focus and zone everybody out.
Okay.
Only listen to the coaches or whatever. If the person on the other team talking crazy to me, I'll just stare at them and walk away.
Okay.
I don't really.
Yeah, you give me them vibes that you ain't really trying to argue with nobody on the field.
Yeah, I got sportsmanship. I'm not gonna walk up to you and call you this, and that. Like,
yeah, I feel you. So, give me a time though, like we know you calm, cool, and collective. Like, give me a time though, like where you lost it, like snapped out or something, and had to like once you refocus and went back to it. What did you learn from the situation? Like sometimes you'll look back and be like, "Yo, I could have handled this different," or what you learned from the situation.
There was a few times I got into it with Coach Shaw.
Okay.
But it wasn't like terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like I felt like I was right in this time, and I was trying to fight for it. But instead of shutting up, I just kept going.
Mm-hmm.
Like I never did nothing like terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I probably snapped out one out of my whole career. I think I snapped out like twice.
Okay.
At like ever.
Yeah. It happens. But like, what did you learn from the situation? Just like you said, you might have snapped out too quick, or like.
Yeah, like I used to be a hothead.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't care what no one had to say. Like I just always thought I was right, like automatically.
Yeah. Do you think that came from your experiences though? Like especially being at Ridley, where you knew that like, yo, I'm better than these people. I'm telling y'all, I'm better. Like you think it came from that situation? Because sometimes the stuff just like I said, the stuff we went through, like affects us down later on down the line. So that situation at Ridley, when you thought, yo, I'm the best, I'm one of the best people, I should be playing, and then you get here, and then it's just like, all right, as soon as you see some form of controversy or you won't get your way, you just like, wait, hold up, this is how it's supposed to go, type of thing.
Like sometimes, like I'm not gonna lie, like I'll argue with my coaches, not seriously but playfully.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know they're not trying to bring me down. Like I don't take nothing they say to heart.
Right.
And all those snap out moments I had, they weren't recent, like ever. Like
right.
I think I probably had one like little lash out against Edinburgh because I wanted one more carry to get 1,000 yards. And
I think you got the right there to snap out.
Yeah, I was more so mad at myself for not getting it earlier in the game.
Yeah, because you should have got it earlier.
Yeah, I was down on myself for that.
Mm-hmm. Well, like one thing I said, that's a mature decision though. Like you looked at the situation from the outside. You figured out how I could have changed the situation. If I'd have just rushed like I was supposed to the first half of the game, I wouldn't be worried about a yard right now. So like, just like that decision making and stuff like that is mature for your age, and I think at the next level that's gonna help you a lot. So, as far as like school, just like you said, education first. Like, what do you plan to major in? Because that's big. Like, a lot of people just gonna go to school and major in sports management, major in business, major in like. But you, whatever you pick, just make sure like you focused on it, and you want to use it.
Honestly, I always been thinking about doing something in the athletic field since I was in like 5th grade.
Like a trainer or something?
Yeah, like if I don't make it in sports, I'm gonna have something in sports.
Like sports science?
Yeah, like something like that. Like I don't know what specifically.
That's a good
something in that field.
That's a good field though. Sports science, that's a good field right now. Especially with everything going on in sports. That's a great field. So, as far as what would I say? All right, the season over now. Like what you plan to do to stay in shape, prepare yourself for college and stuff like that?
Probably get with some trainers. I got weights and stuff in the house. Do that and go on daily runs around my neighborhood, whatever.
Cardio.
Yeah, but I don't got a specific plan, but I know I'm gonna do something.
Right. But one thing I can say, whatever you plan to do, this is the perfect time to start putting it together though. Like to figure out like what you need to work on as far as your body. Just like you said, you know you need to run. So you know you need to work on cardio. Maybe you need to do certain sprints. Maybe you need to do incline. Maybe you need to get on a treadmill. Like just make sure you focus though, because that's all it is at the next level in college. Like the most organized athlete 9 times out of 10 gonna be the most productive. So if you using everything to your right capabilities, like everything that you got around you, you should be straight. But you just gotta make sure that like you don't like college. You can get off task because it's not nobody there telling you what to do. Like your mom not gonna be there, your dad not gonna be there. So it's up to you to wake up. It's up to you to go to study hall. It's up to you to get the training, go to the gym. It's a lot, but that's what I'm saying. Like right now, just prepare yourself. Don't take this time for granted, because this the perfect time to get yourself prepared for the next level.
Sure.
So, in 5 years, if we was reading a newspaper, what would the newspaper say about you?
Hoping for draft day.
Okay. But what would the headline be? Like you gotta have a crazy headline.
I don't know. I ain't gonna boost the stakes too high.
Listen, man, the sky's the limit.
Old Chester High running back is drafted second round.
Yeah, you
Something
crazy
like that.
calling yourself old though. The old Chester High running back. You see, y'all crazy. But this is the stuff like you gotta prepare for it. Start thinking, because this stuff gonna come, and when it comes, you gotta be ready. Like, so as far as like football and everything, it's big in our city. A lot of kids look up to you, especially the run y'all just put on. Y'all like kids, all you see is kids going to y'all games, kids on the internet talking about y'all games, kids talking about y'all individually. Like, what would you tell the kids that look up to you and want to play for Chester High and break your records? What would you tell them?
Just stay focused and obviously put the books first, because earlier, like my freshman and stuff like that,
That happens.
draw box, I was drawing. Like, if you do it the first, second, third year, the fourth year would just be a smooth sail,
Right.
and stuff like that. But what I did was I went into high school thinking it was sweet. It wasn't sweet.
Right.
So I was just off track, worried about all the wrong stuff.
Right. And everything just hit you fast. That's all. So, what he telling y'all is stay focused, stay motivated, don't lose focus of your goals or whatever you got going on. This is episode 53 of The Concrete with Dayshon Jackson. Appreciate you for coming on. Good luck with the future. Keep tuning in, keep liking, keep subscribing. Love y'all.